and on today's episode of WoTC Academy, we're going to look at a new ammunition type found in World of Tanks console, specifically in the Cold War game mode, ATGMs. Now, I don't know how popular or hated these ammunition types are currently. They're still very new, but there are a couple features that you should know about with the ATGMs that we're going to discuss in this video. But first, I would like to do a quick disclaimer that at the time of this video recording, I have been informed that there is going to be a change to ATGMs to allow them to be more visible. I believe that is mostly just the alert that you'll get when an ATGM is fired and it's coming towards you or it's coming near you or directed at you. We will have to see. And if it's just a visual change, it's not really going to be needed for me to remake this video unless it is a drastic change. So I just want to make that known. Anyway, these features, these are some features that you should take note of when using them and facing them. But prior to going into battle, you should know that the ATGMs are limited to certain vehicles that are capable, at least right at the time of these being put out, historically being capable of firing ATGMs. And you are actually limited by capacity of how many ATGMs you can bring into battle. I've only got one tank that can bring ATGMs into battle right now. That's the T-62M1, and it is limited to only 5 ATGMs. So if you are hoping to be able to bring a full loadout of ATGMs and do massive amounts of damage like they are capable of doing, you're going to be pretty let down on that. But we're going to move on into the specific in-game features that you'll find when using them or facing them. So let's take a look. Okay, so ATGMs are pretty easy to control. You have a laser and a blue circle that you can use to guide your shell, but don't expect to be doing any weird trick shots with them. And of course, if you're on the receiving end and a round is fired at you, you can see in the top right-hand corner that you're going to have like a purple indicator letting you know that, hey, there's a missile coming. It's even got like a distance, so that way you can keep track of it. I also would like to mention that the reloads of the ATGMs are significantly longer than standard rounds. Now, the next thing I'd like to discuss is smoke in ATGMs. Smoke does affect ATGMs, but kind of more like how smoke affects you when you're aiming. The smoke will affect your aim. You can't see the vehicle you're aiming at, but of course, if the tank you're aiming at doesn't move and you just let the ATGM go straight through the smoke, if it happens to connect with that tank, it is going to do damage if it manages to pen. The last couple things I wanted to mention about ATGMs is that I cannot say for certain. I have heard that you can auto-aim with ATGMs, and we did some testing with it, and you're about to see it here, that ATGMs, I don't believe you can actually auto-aim. As you can see, I auto-aimed on Pontiac Pat, and the ATGM didn't even go near Pontiac Pat. But Pontiac Pat does the same thing to me, and he is much more successful, but he still fails to actually hit me, and I'm sitting perfectly still. So, can you do it? Maybe, but I don't think it's actually a worthwhile thing to do. As you can see, chances of success, not very great. This also leads me into the final thing, that ATGMs are affected by armor composition. So if an ATGM hits spaced armor or ERA or composite armor, it's not going to do a whole lot of damage compared to if you straight on full pen an enemy vehicle. So do please keep that in mind. So to quickly go over some things I only briefly covered, I just want to remind you that ATGMs are currently only limited to certain vehicles that were historically able to use ATGMs, and at that time of this video, that is Era 2 and 3 Russian Warsaw Pact Eastern Faction tanks. Also, when outfitting these ATGMs, please note that You are limited to how many you can carry in battle. And when you are loading ATGMs, also be aware that they take significantly longer to load than regular rounds. So they are very situational. Um, and of course, when you are firing an ATGM at an enemy, uh, armor does actually affect the pen of the ATGMs. It's not like a heat round where it's just going to go through no problem. No, they behave a little bit more like HE rounds, kind of, where you are only going to get the full-ish potential damage if you do a full pen. Otherwise, if you hit composite armor, reactive armor, or spaced armor, you're going to do less damage than what you could have gotten if you do a full pen. And other than that, everything else that I covered, you should be aware of as well. But that's going to do it for today's video. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe. But also, if you want some more information on ATGMs, I have created, apparently my Mac allows me to create these, a QR code that if you scan will bring you to the web portal on the World of Tanks console website that is an article talking about the ATGMs and goes a little bit more in depth in terms of at least answering some questions you may have. So feel free to check it out. But until next time, this has been Darren of WoTC Academy.